investigator?
No,
No?
no.
Shoot. What is that? Back of the camera. Justin.
Alan?
There's a lot of things that fell through the cracks according to the findings and things that they're saying fell through the cracks, but it does not constitute a firing since he is does really great on command and control at fires. So no.
I agree with that. However, at the end of the day, everything lands on the fire chief. And with the things that we've discussed today, I think that, Fire District 4 is, in serious trouble. And had this all not happened, then, we'd probably be in a lot more trouble. Financially.
Can you send me that
So-
picture?
For that reason, I'm gonna second it.
Copy, I thought I already did already, send it, it is also in your call.
So Chief, whoever the board is, I wrote this down just in case something happened. The board has taken action to terminate the employment of Fire Chief Robert Weber effective immediately. The chair is authorized to issue a written notice consistent with the board's action via certified mail. This concludes the board's discussion on this matter.
You have some questions?
I don't know that the board will respond, but we did give you the chance to.
Right. The problem is, there's been literally no due process for me in this. I have no idea exactly what it is that you guys were looking at, other than what was in the notes for old business in your last meeting. No one's addressed me, no one's interviewed me. Everything that you guys have been talking about had answers to. But in an open session, to judiciously argue on my own behalf on the reasoning, which very clearly would have poked holes in everything you guys talked about and made it much harder for the end result to be what it appears was you and Charlie's goal in the first place. It's a travesty that I wasn't given the opportunity to answer to any of that, except for right before you went to executive session today, which would have been completely inappropriate. That's all I gotta say.
Okay. Anything else? All right, make a motion to go to new business. So volunteer points. Where are we at on that, Nikki, do you know?
So I was told by, Adam McCone that he had a spreadsheet, that he was going to produce and give to me that answered how many points there were, which I don't have yet. And apparently there's $14,000 set aside in the budget for volunteer points. But I'm also concerned with how much money is currently left in the bank account. That should we disperse $14,000 worth of money, that is going to be a further issue with us making it until property taxes start to come in, to making payroll and to functioning. But without the spreadsheet, because we don't do this the same way, I don't have any way of knowing how District 4 does their points, who's eligible for those, and what have you. He did tell me on 2 different occasions he was gonna get it to me, and he didn't. And when I call him, I don't ever get an answer or a response from him, so. The only conversations I've had with them are when we're actually here at the same time. And I don't know if Chief Gallagher knows anything more.
I talked to him last week a bit, not specifically about that. But I got yesterday, the I'm responding software, I can go and see now track. I don't know how accurate it's gonna be. And kind of going off a little bit hearsay with the actual budget amount, so $20,000 in volunteer budget. Looks like it's 14,000 set aside for the stipend program. So I'll try and work with Adam, do the best we can to find,
Okay.
to get a closure on that. But
That'll work.
And I believe that only entails people that are not on the shift schedule getting stipends. I think that it is separate from that, correct? At least as far as we know. Because the current volunteers that we have that actually are scheduled for shifts and work shifts get paid monthly for their stipends. This points schedule that you have is for the people that have been volunteering their time throughout the year doing things for the fire district, that there's a kitty for or a pot for at the end of the year. And apparently this is an ongoing thing that happens every year, and from my conversation with Adam McCone, that he has a spreadsheet and it's all well organized and what have you. It hasn't been presented to me so that I could present it to you to ask what you'd like to do with
I
it.
didn't find that on his computer. I haven't looked extensively, but I didn't find it either.
Okay.
Do you have access to,
His computer. yes.
you do, okay.
So you can dive into that then.
I'll look a little harder, more deeply.
I believe he may actually be eligible for some of that, so it may behoove him to bring forth points.
Okay. Commissioner reimbursement policy. Didn't you guys just redo yours or something?
We did.
Chris,
What do you want?
you guys just redid yours, right?
We just passed a resolution.
And what was that?
Well, first off, we do one meeting a month, and any, other outside travel and, seminars that we attend as a group, whatever, has to be approved by the board as a whole.
Okay.
Because, you know, it's a budget thing, management thing, whatever you wanna call it, but it just puts it in writing, keeps everybody on the same sheet of music. Same as going from 2 meetings a month, that we had years ago, down to 1 meeting a month.
Okay. And then if Nikki needs a voucher signed or something, do you guys get paid for that, or how does that work?
If we do what?
If Nikki needs you to come in to sign a voucher or something, is that
Yeah,
It's just on
I'll
you.
either come in and sign it, or she stops at the house. Like yesterday, he came over. Yeah. I mean, I was doing dishes or something.
so this question came up a couple months ago in a meeting, and I just wanna make sure that we get this cleared up, so we know where we're at.
That's just a signature, that's not an official meeting.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So, yeah, I'd like to make a motion to adopt that procedure. We don't have the money just for willy-nilly meetings or whatever, so I'd like to make that. But
What's a willy-nilly?
a willy-nilly, sir, is just an up and, I need you to come sign a voucher.
Oh,
So am I getting paid? No.
Let me be clear that I would not ask you to come to me. If I did need a signature from you, I would be more than willing to come by your house. It's on the way to the county, and that's where I'd be headed with what had your signature on it.
Right.
I did have a question about the phone call situation, because Commissioner Friss asked me post last meeting if he was going to be paid for the phone conversation that when you gave the directive that anything over $500 needed to be commissioner approved, and we had the textbooks that had already been pre-purchased or pre-ordered, if you will, for the fire academy. Chief Dellinger asked for permission to pay those. And instead of only getting a quorum, I felt it fair to ask all three commissioners, in which I made a phone call to each one of you to ask whether or not that would be an approved purchase before they actually pulled the trigger and paid for them. And I was asked if they were going, by Commissioner Frisk, if he was going to be paid for that phone conversation. And I told him my answer was, I don't know.
They could get expensive if we had to do it too many times.
Well, and it's extremely hard to budget.
Yeah.
If we know that we're getting paid for 2 meetings, then that's the budget. I think my motion would be commissioners would be paid for actual meetings. And anything above and beyond that has to be approved by the Board of Commissioners. That would be my motion.
I'll say it.
Gary?
Sounds good to me.
I just wanted to ensure that the phone calls didn't land on a redundant commissioner or become a burden, said Tim.
I'll quit calling
I
you
haven't
Charlie.
called you since.
Leave me alone.
So,
It's always broken when you do.
it's kind of a rarity, but with the special rule that you guys had, I didn't want to tell Chief Gallinger that it was okay to purchase those without actually checking with you first, so.
The District 5 pickup, we said we were gonna talk about that. I did look it up, it is an RCW that it can be done, just gifted.
I make a motion that we gift it.
We have to, I would suggest that we do it at the next meeting, or that way they are here to accept it.
And find the title so we can sign it.
Yeah.
And do the vehicle seller's report of sale immediately.
Yeah, it's under, ready for my number?
I think I know where all the titles are, yes.
Are you going to make the motion to do it now and then actually do it at the next meeting, or are you gonna wait for the whole thing for the next meeting?
Let's make a
So-
motion now to do it.
Well, hold on,
Okay.
it says that, both districts, we have to authorize it, and they have to accept it.
So
So I
would
would
you like
suggest
me
we
to
do it at the
invite
next-
them
Yes.
to the next meeting, and do they have to accept it as a group?
I would
Like-
say their chief, or maybe their board, actually.
You
Well,
would
we should
need at
make 'em-
least a quorum.
We should make them aware of what we're gonna do, so let's make a motion
Okay, we can do that.
to instruct them that if they want the truck, be prepared to make a decision, yes or no, and have the correct people here
Okay,
at the next meeting.
so would you like me to, then we would have to call a special meeting to do that.
Well, here, let me read this to you. It says, in Washington State, fire protection districts are authorized to accept, receive, and use donated property, including vehicles like trucks for district purposes under RCW 52.16.150. So yeah, I guess
But
reading it
couldn't,
out loud, that we could approve.
couldn't we do ours here, and we could give notice to them, for them to do theirs there? Does it say that they have to be present to accept?
It doesn't say, it just says,
But I can see where they would need to accept, because they would be accepting liability.
Sure.
Thank God they got the truck, the insurance on it.
Right.
Do you want me to invite them? What do you want me to do?
What do you guys want to do?
At least notify them that we want them to have it, and they can come down here and give us a yes or no
You get
in
to
person.
Make that motion, Charlie.
I'll make a motion that District 5 is informed that we would like to give them this truck, no strings attached, full title, and be at our next commissioner meeting to accept or refuse.
I second that one.
Alan, are you?
Yes.
Okay, so I will get a hold of, someone on their board and see if we can get a minimum of a quorum, of them to come and accept that on.
Jason,
I don't see him now.
Can we send them a letter?
Huh? Okay. Yeah, I'll get word to them and see if they are able to come, and we could have the title ready at that point.
Well, and also in that, if they refuse it, we, since it's under new business, decide to keep it or put it up for surplus.
I do get the impression, because myself and Chief Haynes attended their meeting last night, that they would be happy to accept it. So, is that not the general idea that you got as well, Chief Haynes?
Alright, I just have one thing real quick. I just wanna say thank you to Chief Gallagher. You've really stepped up helping out. And I'm pretty sure you've been working on your days off. So, I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel like he should get some sort of stipend for working on his days off. So I'd open that up for discussion.
Ambulance, respond for an unknown
What
injury
is
accident, 2114 River Road. Clarksburg, that's
What's everyone
2114
pay?
River Road, Clarksburg.
For stipend for on duty.
Nikki,
Dispatch Clarksburg ambulance
I know what the normal pay is for stipend on duty.
en route from Hope.
Well, it's
3601 en route.
It's difficult to say, because not only is Chief Gallinger deputy chief
Clarksburg Fire, coming
for
tones at 1611.
District 2 with regard to fire, but he's also a paramedic. And, I mean, our paramedic stipend is $750 a shift. That
Well, don't be
constitutes
offensive, we
a
probably can't
24
afford
hour.
that.
You want my overtime rate?
When you, but we're talking about D4's budget versus D2's budget, and you know, I think really you're gonna kinda have to, talk to Chief Gallinger and then get an idea. I do think that there are certain stipends and money that we will not be paying because Captain Newcomb resigned. So that may free up, a little bit of normal payroll, that is in the current payroll that we will not be paying. This next one, Captain Newcomb's final check will be in the next payroll cycle. So I don't know where you wanna go from there. I definitely don't wanna decide what I think the stipend should be for Chief Gallagher. I think.
Chief Haynes, you look like you have something to say.
Well, my thought process is just, well, to be honest with you, we've incurred a lot of costs in covering Central County. Our payroll has went up about $12,000 a month, to make sure that we have, a minimum of 2 people here, in district. Generally try to have 3, and then with 1 overhead. So my thought process is, after looking at everything, I have some notes actually. With looking at some deferred maintenance, just because of the financial situation that District 4 is in, literally, we're seeing tens of thousands of dollars that have to go into your equipment to get it up and going. Just the mere fact that you guys didn't have a water tender that was capable of operating, and I guess it had been known of for a little bit, but I don't know what's going on with it, that we brought down one of our water tenders to cover for you. I'm reluctant to take any money from the Fire District 4 at this time, and I would ask the board and the interim chief, or whatever you guys decide to do, to begin to put this money towards fixing these trucks and getting them roadworthy again. And that would be my primary concern, to be honest with you. We'll pick up it'll all pan out. My thought is it's all gonna pan out. We're gonna know one way or the other on the 10th on which direction this goes.
And, if it's an affirmative on the tenth, then we can sit down and figure out a plan as the boards and the operational command staff, and figure out which way we're gonna go, and then we're gonna have some serious conversations on the tenth if it's in the negative, to figure out what you're gonna do. The state of your frontline equipment, barring the equipment here, and even some of the equipment here is, it needs help. It needs servicing, serious servicing. So much so that, some of it's not roadworthy. So I would say that the liability that you're experiencing, let us experience the liability with respect to payroll, and then you guys throw some money at maintenance, and then we'll meet in the middle somewhere. That's my my thought process. Of course, you guys have the ability to do what you're gonna do, so.
Is your suggestion then that we do a separate stipend for Chief Gallinger for the days
No.
off? that
No,
he's-
not at this time. Like I said, if there's any costs associated with Chief Gallinger's overtime or whatever, Fire District 2 will pick it up. And we can pick it up, it's not gifting of our public funds. We will pick it up under the auspices that this is our ALS response area. We have an obligation to the community itself. So I understand that District 4, I understand you want to pay us. I understand that you feel that we're incurring these costs. I do. I think that money would be better served putting it into your equipment and making it operational.
Well, up till about 30 seconds ago, I thought I was gonna get a stipend, but how do I go back now?
Yeah, set up for a cherry Tuesday.
No, I wholeheartedly agree. Obviously, there's a long relationship personally I have with the district. I'm looking forward to the future. Eyes of the future, right? Getting things buttoned up and doing the best, putting the best foot forward. So I would second with Chief Haynes that any additional funds goes into repairs for the time being. Let's get these things fixed.
We owe you a thank you.
That's fine. Thank you. And then maybe a water tender once in a while on a fire.
Maybe.
No, in
I think
service.
there was two.
Service. But one's in, the other one's down now.
Did you guys have anything to add to that? Do you have anything to add? Gary?
You deserve a stipend. I'll buy you a coffee. All right, all I can afford.
All right.
You write him a letter in return.
Chief's report.
Well, on that note, so a couple of things, I discussed the water tender issue we found last week. As far as I know, tender 42 has been out of service operationally for some time. At a leak, it's a very difficult truck. It's not like it's a good truck. I think there's one person in the fleet that can drive it. He's sitting right in front of me. So we're gonna rename that, the Slocum tender, I think. The commissioner cargo wagon, something, I'm not sure. But in a pinch, right, kind of in a need, it's there. Like I said, we did bring water tender 22 down, and I anticipate, I have to get with Jared and Bo, but I anticipate within the next couple of days, we'll have at least 43s issue solidly identified, be able to put it back to work. But Charlie, what's the other tender in the maintenance bidding? Over at 42, what number is that?
45.
45,
Yeah.
so it has the faulty air valve.
Right. I haven't seen it do that, but I'm just told that
Yeah.
if you let it run out of air, that valve will open, but we can.
Correct,
we can
yeah,
correct
so
that pretty
Bo's gonna come down, and he already had eyes on the new water tender as well,
Right.
fix the electrical problem there.
Is it 45?
Yes, sir.
Is
So
it in
it's on-
service or did you take it out?
No, sir, no, it's empty out of water.
It just needs to be kept plugged in with air.
It needs to be on air,
Yeah.
constantly, shore air.
It will work, it's just
Like
hard
this
to
summer,
come from.
this summer, I inadvertently, Chief Weber called me, I inadvertently flooded the crew quarters, at Station 41. Marquise and I had borrowed some air and didn't quite get it hooked up enough, and so over the course of that evening, when Chief Weber called, I had flooded the,
Sleeping
crew
quarters?
quarters.
Sleeping quarters?
2,000 gallons of water. I didn't know.
No?
I didn't know it had to be plugged in. So we'll get that, it's been identified, it's been on, that was something to add, make sure you pointed out to us right early on. That's on Bo's radar, so. We finished out the month of January with a total of 22 calls, on par for normal, and as of this month, February, we're on call number 4 last night, including chimney fire. Had good response out of 92 and 41s. It ended up being no big deal. The homeowners able to extinguish it before we got there. So we just kind of did some education and reassurance with her. So if this picks up into February, we'll see some kind of a weird season, to say the least. So yeah, 22 calls last month, and the 4 so far this month. We did lose one of our residents at Station 45, Brendan Berry. Lose him in that he was picked up full-time with Northern Lakes Fire. So we're super excited for him in his career. In turn, Landon and Gavin Storr, 2 of our EMT firefighters, have now moved into that station. So we went from 2 to 3 qualified resident firefighters over there.
Is that both stores?
Correct. Yes, ma'am. So they're excited to be down there on that. We put them on rotating shifts, so one's on duty every day, and the others, obviously, as they're available in quarters to respond, help us out. Additionally, we've done a little, Chief alluded to, we onboard some extra per diem staff, and then been doubling folks up as best we can to try and bring full coverage, not only at 45 with the residents, but at least a 2-man crew here, in addition to what District 4's organic volunteer staff looks like. Last month, similar to the past several months, we had quite a few openings in the stipended EMT and driver shifts. So kind of on par with what we've seen the last couple of months. I'm going to give a special shout out to Kristen Potter and her daughter Shelby? Stella, good lord. They have been an absolute, both of them, have been absolute workhorses. Any task we've asked them to do, jumped right in, and accomplishing those at a high level. So very, 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 very excited. Both of them are through their first week of academy now. So we're excited to have them get through Fire Academy. District 4 has 4 students, 4 candidates currently in Fire Academy. So far, they've been through the first 3 trainings. Great feedback so far. So really excited for that.
We had 6 originally slated, only 4 are
and again, another shout to Kristen, really stepping up and taking the lead of it. Asked her to be the mama hand of that group for me. Yeah, she's really stepped into that role. So.
I trained her to be my new Tender 42 operator.
We're coming, yeah. So excited that, and just the willingness, both from Stella and Kristen and others, but I just want to single them out, just to jump in clean, whatever kind of menial tasks needed. I'd like to give to the board, like to acknowledge Chief Nelson as well. He has been absolutely foundational to Chief Nelson, foundational to our operations and oversight management here for the last couple of weeks. He has a wealth of experience and knowledge, but just a steady presence here day after day as I'm pulled away for other duties and different things. So I want to acknowledge Chief Nelson and looking forward to the future there. He was able to secure for your essay, was able to coordinate with the Northeast region DNR's communications or comms radio staff. So all of our BK radios that we could find, I think went from except for the 5,000. So the normal handheld BKs, all the batteries, radios, antennas for both from 4, 2, and most of them I think from the tribe if they got in there. Went up for calibration and repair, and he's going to go through and essentially give us a full reset on everything we have. So super excited for.
When's this gonna happen?
Already done. Yeah, they're already up there.
Yeah, I missed that.
batteries.
Yeah, so, and the idea was he could give us you know, kind of an anticipated shelf life on the residual battery life, or shelf life on the battery. So super excited to,
Was there a cost to that?
and there was Paul driving up there, which authorized. Additionally, so I brought up the garage door, that was discovered today. It looks like that bracket had broke sometime, we found the bolt 2-3 days ago. So I would like authorization to get somebody out here to look at that. I don't have a cost associated, like somebody just found this, I'd like to bring the garage door guy.
What size bolt? Little bitty one that would hold that hinge, or was it a
So you know
long?
where the bracket that holds the roller
Okay.
into
In
the,
place, yeah.
yeah, that is totally bent. I don't know where the roller is. I haven't
Oh,
found that
so it
piece
just needs
yet.
to be fixed.
Yeah, so I don't know if that tweaked the door
It will.
inside there or anything, so.
It'll come down crooked.
Yeah.
What's his name? Down Spokane?
Mike Warren,
Mike Warren.
Mountain West guys,
Yeah.
Mountain West, Mountain Doors, or,
I think he's worked on our
Yeah.
before.
he did 45.
Yeah, give him a jingle. I could approve that. What do you think? You think?
I'm good with it, it's gotta be fixed.
Get somebody out there on
We're
it.
supposed to start fixing our facilities, right?
That's right.
Is that Mountain
Goes by
Door,
line.
Mountain West.
Mountain West?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, thank you.
Question for you.
Sure.
You mentioned something about crew quarters and coming up with a plan. You had somebody that wanted to work with you on that.
You get ahead.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I thought you were done there. There you go.
So the doors, and then I have not ordered, but I will order at least $30-40, get a rebuild kit for that, faucet, or the, urinal.
the handle for the urinal.
Yeah, it's not like something broke, I came in and somebody put a black paper, plastic stuff, what's going on here?
Yeah.
So we'll get that done and fixed. Yeah, so the other thing I had then, so last meeting we talked about, Chief Weber had come up with the idea of building out that closest bay, down there at the FAR building, and turning that into more like resident quarters,
Bigger resident court.
yes, sir, actually putting in individual rooms, blowing out that, a portion of the wall for a pass-through, and using the current, sleeping area as more of a day room area with the kitchen, kind of being, not isolated, but more of a dedicated kitchen. So I asked, Captain Ireton, Brian Ireton, just to come up with some ideas. He gave these to me prior to last meeting, and I've been carrying them around in my truck ever since. So I'll let you look at these. He came up with some cost estimates, $4,400 up to $5,500 in parts, materials rather. Didn't include any labor or anything like that, but just some ideas. Basic idea is that we could take that closest bay and put somewhere between 4 and 6, depending on what we want to do, individual rooms, sleeping rooms in there. Ultimately, and I'm still in this 100% from Chief Weber, but the idea is we could park maybe 3 residents there, full-time, and then on-duty staff that comes through.
Is that where we've been housing the tender there, so are we gonna move that?
Currently, the boat is there.
Currently?
Yes, sir.
That's how I get over
We're
there.
just gonna use the back.
Just don't tell Chief Haynes where the boat's at, he just wants to
He
learn
already
how
put
to,
out.
he wants to learn how to drive that thing too good.
Yeah, why don't we put some in there?
But I think that would be a replacement too, sir, that we would lose that bay.
Yeah.
The idea would become to come all the way to that man door,
Right.
leave, roughly an 8 to 10 foot section, we put the workout equipment that's in the back there. We would wall off the
How often
apparatus
does that stuff get used?
daily.
Does it? Okay,
Yes.
some is, last time I was back, it didn't look like it even had cables on it, but
Oh,
we're
yeah.
using, yeah.
Just daily. That would leave access to the man door. They can open up that garage door, still use it as the wash rack component, but if they wanted to open up the door, especially the weather's nice, and these guys are animals out there flipping tires and running around and stuff, but they could do that, right out of that bay. So, there's some, if you guys wanna look at this, just some ideas that we had, or Captain Iron had specifically.
We can hire a contractor to build it, or are we gonna do it just kinda volunteer?
The idea was, Connor Hill volunteered, to help, Captain Irons and his son Brian, both, engaged, wanted to help. Obviously per our last meeting, Connor won't be available. But I think internal, so we've got some folks that can do this basic framing, and there's not any electrical really needs to be done.
It's minimal.
So there's just some ideas he had. 6x8 seems to be like a Johnny Cash prison song type sleeping
I
quarters.
feel like that, yeah. That's pretty small.
Yours too tall to sleep in that
Wouldn't you
bed.
think we'd be able to get away with 5?
Like 5 7x10s. I
Yeah.
think so. He measured it out. I think four is probably optimal. Really, even if you had just 2 small, but one of those, I think you had like 2 small, like it's essentially a twin bed and a doorway. But you're on duty staff.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, more blowout, make bigger for the residents. Have a place for the desk and a chair, and kind of hide out a little bit.
You know, what would probably be in the letter to the law, construction, building modification permits, but the electrical, we may need to look at that pretty serious. We start wiring stuff up and get somebody bit shocked or something, and just to have the electrical permit, even, we can take out our own permit, you can do your own electrical work, as long as we're doing it for the district or doing it ourselves, but that would be one thing I would think about, because we're gonna put power and lights in each room. I would think we need,
Yeah, there's power there, along that wall.
but we're gonna do an extension of a branch circuit to bring power into each one of these rooms. You're gonna have to have some lights in there and a place to plug in your alarm clock, something like that, or your cell phone charger, so we're gonna have to,
No cell phones, but we ban some.
we've gotta have something in there. Just, you know, permits for construction,
No, I agree.
electrical, and, or just the physical construction of it. We could probably get away with modifying that without getting in near as much trouble with the county, but we start doing electrical wiring, stake is a little tighter on it. I don't wanna get somebody hurt, burn the place down with just doing bad wiring, nothing.
We do have people with experience to ring that out.
For sure. So I'd like to at least pursue this, or get this.
I think we keep looking forward at it.
Okay.
Maybe update us at the next meeting.
Barring any questions.
That would be my, what do you guys think?
At next meeting.
Barring any questions.
You guys have any questions for the chief? Gary?
I know.
Alright, you wanna read that? You want me to read it?
Read that.
Alright, we're gonna go into open session, we'll read this first. During regular meetings, persons may speak up for up to 3 minutes by first stating their name and address. Comments shall be addressed to the entire board and not to one individual. Speakers shall not engage in personal attacks or verbal insults. Board members may not provide responses or engage in direct conversation during the public comment period. So we open it to open session. Anybody? Go ahead.
Yeah. I guess
Oh.
I'm gonna- So last night at the, I think that the move one way or the other on the pickup truck at 5 is appropriate. In the chief's notes last night, they said that basically that there is gonna be some litigation with respect to the inmate they were responding to, so I think it's appropriate that the board moves one way or the other with respect to the issue that's going on there, and then, I think that is it. That's all that that's all I have.
Gene?
Okay, so Gene Schrader at 216.5 Main Street. I don't know what my wife would say, but I'm willing to donate 8 hours a week to come down and help do some maintenance for you guys.
How many hours did you say, Jim?
8. They'll probably try to work more, but
Anybody else? Hearing none, I adjourn the meeting.